Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a matchup between Soin versus Blade. This game taking place here on Twisted Meadows. Soin has spawned as the blue orc over here at what I will call the 8 o'clock location. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we have Blade spawning as the red human. Yes, claws of attack emote. I guess the people who are currently subbed to my channel can get that particular emote. There's actually two versions of that, so if anyone wants to see it, they can definitely check it out. If you guys have any other ideas for emotes, let me know. Yeah, it's always interesting to see, as we are going to be going into, well, an Archmage most likely, and we'll see if we get a Blade Master. Now, I am expecting the Windwalk trick right here. Allowing the Rock Golem to come across, try to walk into here, and then pretty much just walk through the Blade Master. Once that Rock Golem is past the Blade Master, a Grunt on this side and a Blade Master on this side will be able to take it down very quickly. The Orc Burrow even adds in a little bit of extra damage as those peons are able to throw spears at it. And then once that is done, well, just being able to get that item and then move on out. All right, let's take a look at signs. Could be good. I don't know. I'd have to create. I'd have to have someone actually make those for me to have them look nice. To be like, all right, and let's take a look at what would that even look like. I'm not even 100% sure. Anyways, oh, I take it back. So Soin actually opening up with a Farseer this time around instead of opening up with the Blade Master. It looked as though it wanted to do that little bit of a trap, but that does seem a little bit far sometimes. So it is going to be Soin with a Farseer first. He's going to be going up against Blade, who does have an Archmage. And, well, this is going to be interesting as the Farseer is able to harass pretty effectively. Spirit Wolves will be already at half-life. You can see a little bit of an exchange right there. Water Elemental coming in, getting in some damage. Farseer already chasing, and a new Spirit Wolf off in the front, trying to get in front of that Archmage, as that Archmage now down to about 320 hit points. Meanwhile, it's going to do a little bit of lapse. You can see a Grunt also trying to join in on that. But just a little bit of early action, a little bit of an exchange between the two. And Blade may actually find himself in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't want to absorb so much damage onto that Archmage, as that Archmage is getting away. All right, where is that Archmage going next? I'm not 100% sure. Farseer now trying to make its way back down here, as we are checking the tier 2 on both sides already. Now, Voodoo Lounge, Water Elemental, deals a very large amount of damage to a Voodoo Lounge as it is under construction. And all of the shops, the shops that were introduced in Frozen Throne, incredibly important and very low hit points within the building. So it is an easy target to go after, while at the same time being relatively important overall. All right, is the peon going to end up getting the final kill? No, the Grunt is. Voodoo Lounge will get done. Is it going to get repaired? It's currently getting, well, thank you, Dougie, for the subscription, as we're looking at, well, a Footman now trying to slip back away. Archmage not yet sitting at level 2, and that is always a problem when you do not have... oh my goodness, I forgot to adjust that over there. All right. Oh, what the heck? All right, getting rid of that little ticker. So this is Soin versus Blade on Twisted Meadows, not what was currently scrolling over there on the top right. Thank you, Meta, for all of that information, keeping track. As the Farseer now still sitting at level 1, trying to steal experience away from his opponent. Now, I'm sorry, there's background noise making it a little bit difficult to keep track what's going on. Now, what's going to go on here? So Farseer is still getting in a little bit of harassment on both sides, and this is still the first night. Both players are just doing a lot of micro against each other, but now we see Blade actually coming in with a Beastmaster. Beastmaster Archmage, and this might be the classic, or similar to the classic tier 2 Sky push, where you have so much piercing damage right as the human or the orc player is trying to build these buildings. The orc burrows are actually going to be under a lot of duress as well, but the problem is that Blade is still sitting at level 1 on the Archmage. Level 1 Archmage means that there's not going to be extra water elementals either, and this is a very, very big deficit. Orc Burrow going to take a little bit of damage, but I don't believe Blade is going to be able to stick around this fight for very long. Orc Burrow is trying to get repaired. Grunt's now joining in on the fight as well. Tauren Chieftain is here, throws down a stomp, and that buys a little bit of time, but it's not going to be enough. Archmage sitting at level 1, going to go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal out. And it's not really that first attack that really does a lot of the damage. It is that follow-up attack after the heal, the Scroll of Regeneration, the Clarity Potion, and then the addition of Priests and Sorceresses that causes problems. Let's take a look at this. Blade is going to be adding in Priest and Sorceresses in that fight. Archmage may be able to get to level 2 here, and this is going to be absolutely key. If it can get to level 2, it may be shy. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, 5 experience shy from level 2. And it needs to get, well, the militia and perhaps some towers as well. All right, Farseer is in position to get in a little bit of damage. We may be looking for some additional clarity potions as well. The priests also need to heal up pretty regularly, as Blade gonna end up losing a footman, but not giving experience in the process. All right, a lot of healing going down, a little bit of additional attacks. Blade losing a lot of militia, as well as the Forest Troll Warlord will get taken down. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 2, as the Farseer, well, trying to cause some problems, but the Farseer does get slowed in the process. All right, peasants are making their way back. Summoning of Spirit Wolves is important. Let's take a look at this. A little bit of attack going back and forth. Farseer very low on hit points. Chain Lightning trying to finish off some of those units. A priest is going to be able to get away. I do believe so. And there it goes. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2 won't get to level 3 here. And Soin is going to be in a little bit of a tough situation. He's going to be forced to use healing salves, clarity potions to restock. He is also rebuilding a bestiary, and he is now finally able to train up some units, as, well, an Orc Burrow was lost earlier. Beastmaster is at 2, and the problem right now is that Blade does not have clarity potions on his heroes, so he's not going to be able to easily push at this point. Hello, cool note number 2. Thank you for tuning in, as well as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain now making its way over. Hawk keeping track of, well, the skies here, as we're going to be looking at a Forest Troll Warlord taken out by Soin. Farseer, Tauren Chieftain now retreating back, a quick ensnare right there. And Blade wants to get to level 3 before he presses on out. Most likely going to be getting level 2 water elementals, even though the argument for level 2 brilliance auras could be made. All right, Potion of Invulnerability dropped for that Beastmaster. Tome of Knowledge as well. Let's take a look. It is going to be level 2 water elementals most likely, as the Tauren Chieftain does pick up a Scourge Bone Chimes, a very useful item considering the number of melee units that the Orc army has. Continuing to make its rounds out. Let's take a look. Sorceresses do not have the training. Priests have that adept training, so we'll be able to dispel those spirit wolves when the time comes. See me on Friday. Perhaps. Yes, I will most likely be able to do it again as well. I will talk to you about this after this, but yeah, I should be able to do it. Beastmaster coming across, getting down a Quill Beast. Spellbreakers are here ready to go, and it looks like Blade is getting close to that 50 supply army and should be able to push. Now, I am surprised that Blade didn't follow up with that tier 2 push a little bit more, and he's allowing his opponent to just go around the map. Perhaps he's hoping to get the Archmage to level 4 before pushing on out, And with spell breakers, these creep camps, these red creep camps, which are normally very difficult, are actually very easy. You're able to steal inner fire from your opponent. You're able to steal bloodlust from the creeps, and you're also dealing bonus damage to those units. One of the main reasons why Spellbreakers are so powerful on Twisted Meadows, you can take a look. Ogre Magi's, Force Troll High Priest, and units with mana all across the map, able to be easily cleared out, just like this one again. Live tournament cast and 2v2s. What year is this again? 2011? I don't know. Even in 2011, I was hardly invited to do live tournaments, so I don't know. 2019, 2020, very good years for WarCraft 3, as things are just around the corner. Hopefully I'll get invited. Well, hopefully there's going to be more WarCraft 3 tournaments at Blizzard, and if I can get invited, that would be absolutely great. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 3 right now. Let's take a look at this. Raiders now trying to head back, and pressure is going to be pushed on the Blade. All right, 50 over 60 supply, and Soin is currently. Meanwhile, well, Raiders are just trying to run back around. What is going on? Blade's army is just in this long line of units, and that's exactly what you don't want. You don't want your units just arriving to the party one at a time. All right, control magic was used, so the Spirit Wolf will get taken out right there. And what are they doing? Oh, they're attacking their own friendly wolf again. BlizzCon 2020 will have 20 WarCraft 3 tournaments for sure. Probably, most definitely. Whether or not I'm invited, well, I don't know. Coming back down, stealing a little bit more bloodlust once again. And take a look at that. Those footmen looking bigger, stronger, and nastier, as we're going to have the Beastmaster not level up. Archmage does get to level 4, though, opening up level 2 Brilliance Aura. However, Soin is going to be in a better spot this time around. You can see an Invisible Hawk keeping track of what's going on here, and a Staff of Silence dropped and given to the Farseer. That could be exactly what he needs in this upcoming matchup. All right, Quill Beast down here. Farseer, Blade wants to join in on this fight here. Soin wants nothing to do with this, as a Scroll of Speed for a quick escape. I did try to invite myself. I introduced myself to, well, I wrote emails to Pete Stillwell. I don't know if he read it. Also asked a number of other community managers, but then found out that they were let go earlier in the year. So that is probably a legitimate reason why I haven't heard from any of my contacts as well. Quill Beast going straight after this Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast just says, you know what? I know what to do with you, and goes ahead and turns around and starts to chomp on him. All right. Watchtower being built right next to a town hall. And, well, Blade not going to be able to set up this expansion. Most likely just going to be forced to cancel. Farseer does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Will be able to get out of here. Is the Tauren Chieftain just going to have a stomp? There it goes. Peasants have nowhere to go, and down they go. Scroll of Town Portal to get out of this tough spot. There you have it. As a grunt or two could get taken down. No, the grunt able to teleport in time. During this time, Great Hall also being set up by Soin. So Soin wins that little exchange and able to get out of a tough spot. Also sitting at 50 over 70 supply with over 1,200 gold. That is going to be important, as Blade is not sitting on any extra gold. Let's take a look at the population, though. Population, Blade does have the larger army, but Blade constantly seems to be out of position and forced to constantly try and get into the right spot. Soin is using this to actually harvest and per second from his opponent, and perhaps be able to use items to offset the supply disadvantage. All right. Gonna go ahead and check this other expansion over here to the top right. Sees that it is not taken. Quill Beast also trying to perhaps box in Soin, but Soin also has another Scroll of Town Portal. Can clear out this creep camp if he wants to, get a little bit of experience, and then head away. No. Opts to finally break into low up. Well, nope. Peon getting taken out right there. I believe more peons could be trained up here in just a second. An Invisible Hawk is scouting out this location. and Soin wants to, well, move the attack over to the main base here, as Spirit Wolves also being left behind. All right, this keep could end up getting taken down. Chain Lightning bouncing around right here. Farseer, Scroll of Speed being used to get away. And are we going to see some control magic on those Spirit Wolves? We should. Scroll of Speed coming to an end for some of those units, as we're looking at the Spirit Wolves finishing off so many of these poor peasants. Back down across over here, Quill Beast trying to take down these watchtowers before they are up and running. Meanwhile, he's going to go ahead and move away again. Is he going to actually move away? Yes, the Quill Beast not focusing down that building any longer. All right. Constantly trying to break free. Farseer, what is that doing? Oh, silence across multiple units. Sorceress unable to cast slow. Meanwhile, Spirit Walkers are going to be in a little bit of trouble trying to get regrouped again, as the Spellbreaker is going to be able to feed back some of that damage onto those poor Spirit Walkers just trailing behind. Yeah, that was a pretty pimp play. I don't know if I can... I don't know who I would go to say that's actually the pimpest play of 2019, as the Kodo Beast, well, is hungry for some actions. There's some repairs. Repairs getting underway. Let's take a look at this. This Quill Beast is going to be able to finish off this Watchtower. Yes, it does get taken down. Kodo Beast unable to chomp on that unit. Instead, goes after a Water Elemental and is now going to hide. All right, I'll trade you my expansion for your main base. Let's have at it, as you see the Scroll of Town Portal now being used. And this is a problem. Blade is not getting enough units on his gold mine again, and that could be a constant problem. Meanwhile, Spellbreaker is chasing after the Farseer, and Farseer has just been using, well, the extra bit of gold from being in low or no upkeep to constantly buy Scrolls of Town Portal and get in and out of dangerous situations. Spellbreakers control magic to remove the threat and are now back out onto the field again. Orc Burrow does have fortified armor. Fortified armor on the Orc Burrow. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's going to have a very difficult time getting taken out. Meanwhile, major battle here as Spellbreakers chasing after all of these units, but without a Mountain King to, well, just take out and Stormbolt a unit. There's no reason why the Farseer and the Torrent Chieftain can't just constantly try and run away. That Orc Burrow very low on hit points now. Perhaps some repairs will be needed, as we're looking at Soin making its way back over, perhaps trying to finish off this unit here. Torrent Chieftain, a Shockwave would actually be absolutely devastating. Chain Lightning just as much. Thank you, Talk, for the follow, as we see a Scroll of Town Portal come off again. All right, there is the Scroll of Town Portal. Water Elemental going to get finished off. There it goes. We might see some repairs as well. There you have it. Grunt also being left behind here, as there is one Hawk still up in the sky. New expansion coming in. Soin holding on to, well, every base that he can right now. What is going on here? Torrent Chieftain sitting at level 4. Farseer sitting at 4. No Scroll of Town Portal right now. Blade has the larger army. Soin has a large amount of gold, but it is not translating to a large army right now, which could end up becoming a problem. Spirit Walker down across over here. Let's take a look. That low hit point, or that Spirit Walker just being completely ignored, as the Watchtower getting destroyed by all of these Spellbreakers and these other units. All right, Torrent Chieftain going to try and shift pressure back off into the main base, but Soin is just slowly bleeding to death, and gold in the bank is not turning into, well, any sort of tactical advantage. Spellbreakers 0-0. Blade gonna go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal back. Torrent Chieftain gonna head back away once more, and there you have it. They are showing up to the party. No slow. Grunt looks like it will be able to escape rather easily. Torrent Chieftain sitting at level 2. Well, with that level 2 endurance aura, allowing that Grunt to run back very, very quickly. All right. Massive number of summons causing problems over here. Again, Spellbreaker chasing after a peon. This one Great Hall is now done. And somehow, Blade is able to hold on to this, even though his main gold mine is about to be mined out. He's mined significantly less than his opponent, but has constantly had the larger army. All right, Great Hall. Not in danger of falling. One Quill Beast will not be able to finish that off, but no mining currently going on there. Meanwhile, though, we could have more mining happening at this starting location. Yeah, this is an old school fight, but there's just a lot of chasing and no straight up actual engagements. No one's able to force a battle, and that's what Blade needs to do. Blade needs to get his opponent to sit around and stay in a battle and just force him to be there. Now, there are orc burrows here, grunts. This may actually be the proper place to take out in order to force a battle, as the Spellbreakers are just constantly chasing. When your army does not have endurance aura or any other sort of movement speed or tactical movement advantage, well, you need to find another way to force an engagement here. Blade may end up losing this down here. Spirit Wolves just dealing massive damage towards those peasants, and once those peasants are gone, well, Blade's economy is just constantly getting shot. Back across over here, Spirit Walker versus well, Spirit Walker actually going to lose this unless he starts disenchanting. That's a little bit of bad news, as the Hawk going after some of these units as well. Let's take a look. There goes that Spirit Walker. It did not disenchant. Water Elemental shows up, causing problems, and I believe that's all the invisible units. Let me go ahead and switch the colors. Are there just constantly invisible invisible units all across the map? Yes, that is the case. And I can actually show the population now, since Soin is actually red. All right, Beastmaster making its way back over. Spirit Walkers trying to head back. Spellbreakers making their way over. 61 supply compared to 75. Soin with now the supply advantage. Blade sitting at 60 over 72. What is going on? Is he actually going to be able to start taking that advantage and going somewhere with it? All right, Staff of Teleportation. Archmage shows up to the party. It looks as though one watchtower going to get taken out. If these buildings are actually taken out, experience is given, and that is a big deal, as the Archmage only needs a little bit more for that next level. All right. Archmage going to try and focus down this orc burrow. That will get taken out here. This main base nearly mined out, down to 36 gold. Blade is in serious trouble, though. He has the smaller army. Is he going to be able to finish all of this off? Soin, well, gonna lose a couple of peons here. Scroll of Town Portal coming in. Is it gonna land straight up on all of those units? Yes, lands up right there. Archmage gonna turn back around. Mass Wind Riders. And is there enough to actually cause a problem? There's a big stomp. Wind Riders off to the side. Sorceresses are actually gonna get poked apart. Same thing with the Priest. Chain Lightning. And Soin secretly texts to Wind Riders, unbeknownst to Blade, and then breaks into high or low upkeep with it, and gonna end up with the victory. These Wind Riders are dealing far too much damage, as the Wind Riders are purposely trying to back up again. Let's take a look at this. A handful of units are all that are left. Spellbreakers trying to finish this out. Blade down to 46 supply here. Tauren Chieftain, no more mana. Wind Riders are going after the other units again, and there's nothing that's really attacking them at all. Potion of Invulnerability onto the Archmage. Archmage, however, being forced to back up. Other units trying to battle it out here. Both units are currently invulnerable, but eventually that's going to come to an end. And with that, I believe Blade is going to end up losing this fight here. Archmage is about to go down. There it goes. Tauren Chieftain gets a level 6. And Blade has left the game. Soin with the victory while hiding Wind Rider tech. And then noticing his opponent didn't have any anti-air, had a large army of Spellbreakers, dropped in with 16 to 20 supply of those Wind Riders, silenced the Priest and the Sorceresses, and then focused them down. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.